Dear Mr. French, this firm, Quinn Emanuel Urukai and Sullivan LLP, has recently been retained by MrBeast YouTube LLC. Parentheses, MrBeast, or the company, and its founder, Jimmy Donaldson, regarding the unsettling news that you've embarked on a campaign to disparage MrBeast as a company and defame Jimmy Donaldson as an individual. Not only are your statements about MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson untrue, they also violate the clear, binding, enforceable terms of your confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with MrBeast, dated March 25th, 2024, which you have shown in videos posted on the internet.
And we reserve all rights to pursue money damages to rectify any and all harm you may have caused.
Oh, well, they go really in depth here, okay? We're going really in depth. So, first of all, we have a little bit of news, which is that MrBeast will be responding soon. This comes from the Drama Alert Twitter account. According to a Keemstar uploaded Snapchat, MrBeast will be posting his response very soon. Tom, if you don't sell the Goon Hat soon, I might have to do something evil. Well, you might have to do something evil anyway to get it, but it will come out soon. Don't you worry. So this update came. It looks like MrBeast will be responding soon. Now, you're going to have to forgive Keemstar's whatever the editing is on this video. It's kind of autistic, but we're going to get through it, okay?
MrBeast is fighting back. On Snapchat, Keemstar revealed he spoke with MrBeast.
Whose voice is this? Who did Keemstar hire? Or is this a TikTok from some random guy that they then reposted to the Drama Alert Twitter account? I don't know. This guy's voice sucks, though.
And I will tell you, MrBeast, in fact, is going to respond, and we should have that this week.
MrBeast's response will be focused on the serious allegations made by former employees who are accusing MrBeast of creating a toxic workplace and running illegal lotteries. Do you think MrBeast can beat the allegations?
What do you guys think? Can MrBeast beat the allegations? I don't know. I don't know if he could if he's arguing in good faith, but I think he could escape it, so to speak. I think he could definitely escape it. I don't know if he could beat it. I don't know if it would like repair his reputation for everyone, but he might be fine, like long term. I think it's very possible. No shot. You think he's cooked, dude? He might be. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think he might make it out fine. I think he might. Not that he should, but he might. Okay, he might, you know. He's too big to fail, even though the response sucks. Maybe. It depends on how, I think, Amazon investors look at it, to be honest. But, you know, I talked about that a little bit more in the Beast Games video. With that being said, that's not the only update, okay? That's only the most recent and kind of pressing one. But we do have a lot of other stuff delving into the details on Dogpack 404. Now, we all know who Dogpack is, okay? He's the beloved, I would say, somewhat, you know, held in a high standard guy who's been making these videos exposing MrBeast. He's an ex-employee. I originally had kind of a negative opinion of this video when I was watching it, when I watched the first 10 minutes. Somebody told me to watch it on stream when it had like 40,000 views. And I like watched the first 10 minutes and I was like, this sucks. And then you guys have kind of been on this journey with me, okay, as we've gone through the videos. We went through the first video where he talks about illegal lotteries, faking videos, potentially promoting gambling to children. We have the second video where he talks about Jake Weddle and the psychological torture he apparently endured. He talks about Delaware, the registered sex offender that was hired at MrBeast. We have the third video. These two were good. These two were good. I think in order they got worse. Like this one was the best. This one was about half as good as this one, apart from the Delaware reveal. And this one was just not good because of his lack of evidence. I didn't really like that video. But we've gotten some big updates. So first of all, he did an interview with Oompaville the other day, which we're going to look at in a bit. But first, we're going to go over these updates. Now, the first one is going to be, you guys will probably remember that Dogpack posted on Twitter that he received a cease and desist from MrBeast team. We now have that full cease and desist. Before, Dogpack had only posted a small excerpt of it, okay? We have the full thing now. We have the entire thing. Exclusive! MrBeast hires $2,000 an hour super lawyer who exonerated Alec Baldwin in Rust shooting trial as employee who quit after 3 weeks brands YouTuber as a psychopath. MrBeast has unleashed Alec Baldwin's $2,000 per hour super lawyer on a former employee. He unleashed him. I like the phrasing. Like this lawyer is like a beast instead of a, he's like an untamed animal instead of a cage. He unleashed him. He was leashed before. MrBeast had him tied up in the basement of his studio, but now he's unleashed, okay? Look at this ad. Look at, how does anybody use this site? Tyson Chicken's trying to send you messaging. Wait, MrBeast, Chris Tyson, Tyson Chicken. Whoa. Do not eat that chicken anymore. Do not eat that chicken anymore. Okay? This is your final warning. Don't eat Tyson chicken. Don't do it. MrBeast has unleashed Alec Baldwin's $2,000 per hour super lawyer on a former employee who branded the YouTuber a fraud and sociopath in online videos. DailyMail.com can reveal. The ex-staffer used an alias to accuse MrBeast, 26, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, of rigging his massive cash giveaways and knowingly hiring a sex offender. YouTube's biggest star has not commented on the claims, but a cease and desist letter penned by celebrity attorney Alex Spiro outs the critic as Dawson French and accuses him of posting misinformation and false statements. The full missive, obtained exclusively by DailyMail.com from a company insider, goes on to threaten legal action and a demand for damages if French continues continues to post unlawful commentary. I want you to use Edge. Yeah. When reached for comment via email, French told DailyMail.com, MrBeast has knowingly kept on payroll, allegedly for legal reasons, although I think some of them were convicted. That's a big claim. And on payroll. Donaldson, known for his zany pranks, philanthropic challenges, and cash prizes, has been mired in controversy after longtime collaborator Ava Chris Tyson, was accused of having explicit online chats with a 13-year-old boy. The superstar influencer gave Tyson, 28, the boot and promised an independent third-party investigation, writing on X, "I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts." The superstar influencer gave Tyson, 28, the boot and promised an independent third-party investigation, writing on X, "I am disgusted." In this nice picture of Jimmy. Looking fly, looking very fly. And this is the lawyer that he unleashed. He certainly looks like a caged animal. I mean, I'll say that. You know, he looks like a beast. Frankly, he looks like more of a beast than MrBeast. Look at him. He looks like far more of a beast than MrBeast. Look at this guy. Strong jawline, neutral canthal tilt, amazing gonal angle. Okay, good hairline. Look at this guy. This guy is a beast. He's been unleashed. He looks tall, but he's had to apologize for his own inappropriate language after old live stream clips of Donaldson using homophobic slurs, joking about slavery, and making lewd comments about the singer Bad Baby while she was underage. Does anyone know Bad Baby is a singer? Does she make songs? Is she a singer? Is she a singer? I thought she was just like TV star / OnlyFans person. I did hear about the Tim Pool shit. Maybe we'll look at that later. The preliminary round of Donaldson's new game show, Beast Games, has also faced criticism from contestants who say they weren't given adequate food, water, and medication as they vied for a $5 million prize in Las Vegas. Wow. Looks like they watched the Tom Dark video. Looks like it, chat. Daily Mail understands that Spiro, a partner at Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart? Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan is the man entrusted with carrying out an internal audit of the MrBeast empire, which boasts 309 million viewers on YouTube and 103 million on TikTok. Wow. The star attorney, whose megabucks clients include Tesla founder Elon Musk, Megan Thee, and Alec Baldwin, has written to several dozen staffers and ex-employees requesting interviews. His report will determine whether the recent troubles at MrBeast are an indication of a toxic workplace or merely the growing pains of a young business that has expanded exponentially since it was launched 8 years ago by a 16-year-old Donaldson, who is now worth a staggering $700 million. Dear Mr. French, this firm, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan, LLP, has recently been retained by MrBeast YouTube, LLC. Parentheses, MrBeast, or the company, and its founder, Jimmy Donaldson, regarding the unsettling news that you've embarked on a campaign to disparage MrBeast as a company and defame Jimmy Donaldson as an individual. Not only are your statements about MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson untrue, they also violate the clear, binding, enforceable terms of your confidentiality and non-disclosure agreement with MrBeast, dated March 25th, 2024, parentheses, agreement, which you have shown in videos posted on the internet. Absent your immediate compliance with the demands specified herein, MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson are prepared to take the necessary legal steps to protect their reputation and business, man. Even then, we have reason to believe that your conduct has already adversely impacted MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson.
And we reserve all rights to pursue money damages to rectify any and all harm you may have caused.
Oh, well, they go really in depth here, okay? We're going really in depth. Section 1. Violations of the social media restriction. When you joined MrBeast as a trial period employee in March of 2024, you voluntarily entered into a binding NDA agreement with MrBeast. That NDA agreement included a social media restriction clause, which survives your departure from the company. It provides, employees shall not post anything on social media about the company, Jimmy Donaldson, or the employee's employment with the company. You have willfully violated this clause by posting about MrBeast, Jimmy Donaldson, and your employment with MrBeast on social media. Specifically, you've made numerous posts to Reddit under the username user/MrBeast Creative, and to Twitter and YouTube under the username at Dogpack404. So they found his Reddit account, actually. Interesting. We do have some Reddit stuff to look at later. I assume it's going to be from the same account. I would assume. That is very interesting. Latinx, Tom? I am Latinx. I'm that kind of guy. I'm a rather Latinx person. Would you not agree? I feel like I'm Latinx. I feel like a Latinx for sure. All BS. It's called the First Amendment, right? I mean, it's not illegal to break an NDA, but it's like civilly enforceable, so not exactly. It's not all BS. That's not really how it works. I mean, they can take him to court. I don't know if they're going to win civilly. He could probably make an argument for why he needed to break the NDA, but it's not. No, it's not. You can't just say whatever you want. It'd be First Amendment, especially if you say things that are wrong. But I don't know if he said anything wrong. You know, I don't know if he slandered MrBeast. We'll find that out later, I guess. And when I say later, I mean when Jimmy responds. But yeah, you have willfully violated this clause by posting about MrBeast and your employment with MrBeast on social media. In one video, you even held up your NDA agreement with MrBeast while willfully violating its terms by discussing MrBeast and publicly posting the video on YouTube. In your videos and posts, you have levied false and defamatory allegations against MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson. You have no understanding of the inner workings of MrBeast, given that you only spent 3 weeks at the company. Was it as short as 3 weeks? I thought it was a few months. I could be misremembering. I thought it was like 90 days or 120 days he spent. I didn't know it was 3 weeks. On a trial basis before you were fired for conduct, even you have characterized as inappropriate. Inappropriate conduct. Ooh. Dogpack, inappropriate conduct, according to them. Interesting. He got paid for 90 days? Gotcha. You did not make it to the end of your 90-day trial period without repeatedly ignoring your supervisor and then attempting to secretly spend company resources on something you described as a toy. Secretly spend company resources. Interesting, chat. Secretly spend company resources. During your brief period at MrBeast, you sought to attribute your inappropriate conduct to programming from being raised with access to an iPad and bad mental health. What? That's kind of funny, though. If he's like, I'm an iPad kid. I'm an iPad kid. Okay, I am an iPad kid. I know I am. I'm like Dogback, so I think that's based. You know, took the company credit card for a little spin. Nothing wrong with that now and then. You got to get some serious swag, dude. On company money, what are you? You're saying your boss gives you an Amex card and you don't immediately buy like hot dogs or something cool? I would. I'm just being honest. I would. Okay, I would do it. I would spend company funds on steroids. Okay, I would spend company funds on crack. I would spend company funds on a new car. Okay, I want an R8. I'm not gonna get that without MrBeast, frankly. So. I'll do it, dude. I'll do it. But there is no excuse for acknowledging the terms of your agreement while simultaneously going out of your way to violate. On your last day at MrBeast in April, the day you were fired, you pled for your job back. Pleaded. Insisting MrBeast was a place you wanted to work. You asked for a second chance for your trial period, and you asked to later reapply to the company. You even sought advice on how to be successful if you were to apply to work for MrBeast again in the future. Unlike the narratives you spun to cast yourself as the victim when being terminated for conduct that at a minimum demonstrates a lack of judgment, your communicated desire to be a part of MrBeast remained unchanged over the course of that nearly hour-long meeting. Hour-long firing meeting, wow. That is because the information you were exposed to during your trial period at MrBeast confirmed that it is a great company and a great place to work. Your recent social media posts occurred at a time when you would have no new information or insight from inside MrBeast. Instead of speaking about the positive experience you had at MrBeast that apparently caused you to desperately want to return to the company, your posts contained misinformation and false statements designed to harm MrBeast and Jimmy Donaldson. Now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind here before we get further into this is, first of all, cease and desist doesn't mean that Dawson is being sued. It just means that they told him to shut up. And, you know, a cease and desist is essentially sending a letter from a lawyer saying, look, shut up. I don't like what you're saying about me. You know, it doesn't mean that what he's saying is true or is false, but it's, you know, I didn't even notice. What the fuck is this? I'm going to put chat over that. Shout out to that Daily Mail article for the, what does this read? Paris Hilton, 43, sizzles in very sexy agent provocateur lingerie as she stars in brand's campaign for the fall-winter collection. Well, she is sizzling, I guess, but I'm going to cover that. She was sizzling. I can't deny it. Okay. But just because they sent the cease and desist doesn't mean that Dawson slandered them and doesn't mean that he lied. It could mean that he lied, but all we really know is that they want him to shut up. And everything in this cease and desist doesn't have to be true either. So see this as just as much of an allegation as Dawson's stuff about James Warren, right? This is on the same level. We don't know. This is just what one person said, or this is what MrBeast's lawyer is claiming, right? It doesn't mean it's true. It could be. Maybe we'll find out about that in MrBeast's response whenever he does that. But yeah. We don't know. Violations of the confidential information provision. Your NDA agreement with MrBeast contains a provision prohibiting disclosure of any proprietary or confidential information you gained during the roughly 3 weeks you worked at the MrBeast company as a trial employee. That includes the following: information or media about Jimmy Donaldson, employee and personal information, any manuals, procedures, processes, forms, systems, guidelines, other proprietary information developed and obtained by the company for use in its business, and related documents, materials, knowledge, or other confidential business information of any nature whatsoever disclosed to or developed by employee, technical and business information and strategies relating to methods, marketing, merchandising, selling, licensing, servicing, customer lists, records or financial information, manuals, or company strategic plans or operational objectives. Your trial period agreement provides additional obligations not to disclose the following forms of proprietary or confidential information. It says he is not to disclose MrBeast sets, premises, locations, the employer's methods, policies, procedures, techniques, R&D stuff, branding relationships. Basically, they're just saying, you're our employee, you're not allowed to say shit about us, right? Or you were an employee, you're not allowed to say shit about us. That's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying. Though often misguided and ill-informed due to your brief and limited employment at MrBeast, you've been posting on Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit about MrBeast's video production methods, view generation techniques, and employee and personnel information. These unauthorized disclosures appear to be a deliberate attempt to harm MrBeast's business. They are also in violation of the agreements you signed with MrBeast. You are not permitted to share any information that touches on the above categories to any person. When do you think MrBeast will respond, and on what platform do you think he'll respond on? Well, we know when he'll respond, according to Keemstar, which I do trust that Keemstar has talked to MrBeast, okay? I guess I don't have a huge reason to think that. I didn't message him about it and ask him, but I don't know. I'm assuming he did talk to him if he's saying a response is coming. Within the next week, well, we know that. Where is he going to respond? I can't imagine it being on the main channel, but maybe it will be, you know? It's hard for me to imagine. He won't respond. Cody Ko didn't. No one talks about it anymore. But Cody Ko also left the internet. Mr. Beast, he said he'll respond. Keemstar said that he talked to Mr. Beast and he'll respond. Ludwig also said he talked to Mr. Beast and he would respond. So we know what's going to happen. Got to be a Twitter post. I don't think a Twitter post would be nearly enough, honestly. How is it disclosing if the info is fake? Well, some of the info, I get what you're saying there. Okay, but just because they say that doesn't mean that they're saying every single thing Dawson revealed is fake. There could be aspects that are real and aspects that are fake, right? Like the financial records from the shirt could be real. It being an illegal lottery could be fake. Just for an example. I don't know, but yeah. Mr. Beast demands. It should be apparent from this letter that Mr. Beast takes your unlawful conduct seriously and is committed to getting to the bottom of each and every violation of your agreements during your brief trial period with Mr. Beast subsequent to your departure. Among other potential claims, Mr. Beast believes your conduct gives rise to claims against you for breach of contract and defamation. Please be advised that Mr. Beast is prepared to seek damages, injunctions, attorney's fees, and costs in accordance with its contractual rights as well as other such relief as it may be entitled to under the aforementioned causes of action. For the avoidance of doubt, because you complain about a lack of clarity in your nearly hour-long recorded termination meeting, Mr. Beast is prepared to take appropriate legal action against you if you do not cease posting and delete all previous posts about Mr. Beast. While they're being snarky here, because you complained about lack of clarity in your hour-long recorded termination meeting, I wonder if we're going to get his termination meeting publicized. I bet they would do that. At least part of it. An hour long is a lot. It sounds like a long firing to me. I've never been fired, but an hour sounds like a big firing. They're being kind of sassy here. They're being kind of sassy here, chat. Kind of saucy. This is the final warning before Mr. Beast will have you served with papers initiating a lawsuit against you. Sincerely, Alex Spiro. DailyMail.com understands that Spiro has also fired off cease and desist letters to people the company believes are latching on to recent problems for clout or clicks. Ooh, I bet that's going to be Ty Orr. Maybe Ty Orr deserves a lawsuit. That guy seems retarded. I bet it's going to be Ty Orr. I don't know who else it would be. Probably not Jake Weddle. I doubt Jake Weddle because Mr. Beast kind of apologized to him in DMs and offered him like $200,000 or something. But yeah. Okay, Big Lala, what's going on? Your mother's cunt. These include French, who launched his first attack on Donaldson on July 24th, accusing his ex-boss of hosting illegal lotteries with actors, friends, and family members posing as contestants. The video, seen by nearly 15 million people, was not only untrue, but a violation of an NDA signed by French when he joined Mr. Beast on March 25th, preventing employees from disparaging the company, according to Spiro. In your videos and posts, you've levied false and defamatory allegations against Mr. Beast, his July 31st letter states. The threat of a lawsuit did not deter a second Dogpack 404 video on August 12th, which claimed that Mr. Beast knowingly hired a registered sex offender, and that would be the Delaware character, right? This featured an interview with another ex-employee called Jake Weddle, who alleged, well, there was a known sex offender, a registered sex offender, convicted sex offender on the registry, and everything who worked there. He did not name the employee, but it was clear he was referring to Donaldson's close pal. He was not referring to Donaldson's close pal Tyson, who has not faced any criminal charges. Interesting. It's so funny when they call him Donaldson. I do like it. Tyson was 20 years old and still known as Chris prior to transitioning genders when the alleged online relationship with the young boy began. I feel like this is not super... I don't want to defend Chris Tyson, but technically Chris didn't have a relationship with a young boy. I guess online relationship, the wording is vague, so it could mean a lot of things, but I think most people are going to assume that Chris molested this child, but whatever. Kind of splitting hairs there. Doesn't really matter. So that's what we know about the cease and desist. That's what we know about the cease and desist, okay? But that is not all that we have here. That is not all that we have. We have a lot more actually. Now, the first thing that we can glean from this is they're basically claiming that Dawson is like a jaded, jilted, kind of ex-girlfriend type employee, right? Posting cringe, coming after Mr. Beast. But we have a lot more stuff. So first of all, Dogpack's past Reddit account was mined as a result of this being released. People started looking through it. And we have a big thread here. This is from an account called Cope and Seed. Now this guy would end up making a video about it as well. But here we have the thread itself with all the information. So we're going to go over this, and then we're going to go over some of the responses to that, which have been interesting. They've been interesting, okay? They interest me. I'm interested, I would say. I'm rather interested. So the Daily Mail released an article on the Mr. Beast stuff a few days ago where they included the full C&D named Dogpack. As we were thinking of having a look at him anyway, here's a thread and video. Enjoy. So here's the cease and desist, and they go on to write, so it seems this lines up with Dogpack working for Mr. Beast for around 3 weeks from the time he signed the NDA to the 19th of April. This may come as a surprise to some, as his Reddit AMA is a bit misleading. Also, to no one's surprise that NDA looks like it could be an issue for him, Lamau. So here's the second tweet. An anonymous proof of employment, this person asks. Mr. Beast Creative says, I showed my face with pay stubs on my Twitter. This user says, is there a reference to be later disclosed with the beginning Kendrick line? In the video, you mentioned employment from February to May, but post says March to May. Just curious why the difference. Here he says, I was working a bit with him in February, trial period in March, and the 90-day contract from April 1st to the end of June. Kendrick's song references current allegations against Chris Tyson. And here we have via FedEx and email, and this is just showing that it seems to line up there. And then we have the quote from the C and D basically. Let's see here. So as most of you know, Dogpack's third video has been getting less than positive responses due to the claims within it, and I definitely had a less than positive response due to the lack of definitive proof around that kind of stuff. You know, around the James Warren stuff in particular. The LaQuoya Hill stuff I was less pressing on, but particularly with James Warren, I feel like the evidence was not very compelling there. He could be guilty in some world, who knows, but yeah, it didn't look that compelling to me. You know, kind of a wait and see type thing. But here, Cope and Seed goes on to write, let's move on and just dig into him a bit. Dogpack's mostly known on Reddit as MrBeast Creative, but to really understand him, we'll need to introduce you to his alt, that five-head guy. And here we have Nick DiOrio tweet where he says, it's actually so how bad that new Dogpack video is. I'm addicted to watching people react to it, so I know who's full of shit. I say allegedly because there are a lot of James Warrens in North Carolina, so I'm looking into it, versus he offered employees cocaine, maybe. And we have Joe Rogan reaction there, basically. Yo, I was told to post here. I used to work for MrBeast, horrible company, AMA or something. By deleted in conspiracy. Here, MrBeast Creative, which is Dawson's account, says, no connections. My application exists on Reddit. My alt is user/that five-head guy. Pitching ideas until something happens. Final day. And this is him posting this, and it says, now what, Lamau? Here he says, hey guys, it's been a long journey. Not really. I was prepared to go until day 1000, but I'm happy to announce that I'm in talks with the MrBeast team. I'm not sure what happens from here, but I'm going to shift my focus into learning as much as I can from them and hopefully make something out of this opportunity. I couldn't have done this without the support from this wonderful subreddit, so thank you, but goodbye for now. And this is his post about how he actually got a job. And I believe the way he got a job was by kind of pestering on Reddit that he wanted a job. Pestering MrBeast. This alt seems to be the reason he was hired. Basically, he used the subreddit to get the attention of the MrBeast team. Here we have pitching ideas until something happens. Day 10, video pitch. Here we have a video. A 14-minute video, actually. Jesus Christ. This editing's fire. Mr. Breast is watching.
Today, we're going to be begging for a job in the MrBeast subreddit. Today, I wanted to do a video showing my process of coming up with ideas. This is sort of to show the MrBeast team how I operate, but also I think this could be a good resource for other people trying to do YouTube. Which, by the way, someone from MrBeast did DM me, and I did send him the $1,000, so something should be happening pretty soon.
Sorry, my seating position is awkward, so I'm going to switch this over to my other monitor, but let me just
I'm going to talk broadly about how I approach problems, systems framework, thinking from first principles, iteration, and just how these concepts apply to YouTube and coming up with ideas.
This is like, this is the kind of language I hate to hear when I get like an application. Stuff like first iteration, because I'll have people apply for my job, or not for my job, to do contract work with me, and they'll say shit like this, and I really don't personally enjoy when I see that kind of verbiage being used, because it's not only that it seems phony, it's just like, I don't think it would be fun for me to do YouTube stuff if I had to use that kind of terminology. So when I hear these kinds of words, I almost see it as like a red flag. I would assume this is the kind of corporate gobbledygook that, you know, working for MrBeast would be advantageous to use and kind of to fit into their company culture. But yeah, I don't know. This kind of verbiage is just like, it kind of pisses me off personally, but you know, maybe that's just me.
For me, when I'm tasked with solving a problem, I spend more time breaking down the problem than I do actually trying to solve it. So I view the universe as a hierarchy of systems. Quarks make up atoms, which make up molecules, DNA, organelles, organisms, organizations, and so on. The universe sorts itself into these higher complexity systems over time, like a self-solving puzzle. And this evolution process exists everywhere, not just in nature. Animals evolve, cars evolve, YouTube videos evolve, all according to survival of the fittest. Anyway, the same way an organism or a car is made up of smaller components, so is a YouTube video. And since there's no lexicon for the anatomy of a video, I'll just refer to all subsystems as components to keep it simple.
So if I'm to read into this, I guess he's just trying to show MrBeast that he understands evolution. He understands survival of the fittest. He understands that the way to succeed on YouTube is by evolving your content and crushing the competition, I guess. I don't really know. This is kind of, it's just, I feel like I don't feel that I'm out of my depth. It's just like, why is this kind of verbiage necessary to communicate these ideas? And also why, I don't know. I mean, it worked for him. It worked. He got the job, but like, why is MrBeast looking for this kind of shit? This is not a bit. No, this is his application to work at MrBeast. This is what got him hired.
So every video exists as a hierarchy of components that evolve to have better environmental fitness. For example, a thumbnail evolving to have better CTR or AVD. Now with content, if you try to follow any of these hierarchy threads down to their lowest fundamental truths, you'll usually end up at studies on viewer psychology, the limbic system, or human evolution, just like the innate human desires. So the environmental fitness of content seems to be how well it induces.
I think you get the idea. I don't know that this entire video is really worth watching, but you get the kind of stuff he's talking about here. You know, this is what got him hired. This is what got him hired to the company. However, Jimmy was not Dogpack's first love. It seems he also did this with the XQC subreddit until he felt ignored, becoming annoying, and was told to fuck off. Here we have his resume. It says Resume Andy. I guess that's why they call him Fivehead. Jeez. W Riz, my friend. Yo, X, I'm a LA juicer. I've worked on influencer merch for Zoomies. Just tell me what you want. I can send you designs to review with chat. It could be good intro content, so working on merch doesn't take away from the stream. I can also help with suppliers, website, and possibly getting into retail if you want. So he's posting to the XQC subreddit trying to get a job with this epic meme application, I guess. Here we have some more merch ideas. We've got 140 comments. Here we have this post. Wait, what is this? What is this? What is this post? Do I have to read this? I guess I kind of have to. I guess in a sense, I'm obligated to read it to some level. All right, chat, strap in here. Get your anti-gooning gear. Mine's upstairs right now, so I'm just going to succumb to whatever this is, but we don't really have a choice right now, I don't think. We got to go through it. We don't have a choice. In the words of Dogpack, well, colloquially, cuck often refers to having a cuckolding fetish, where one actively seeks out and engages in or the act of watching their partner seek sexual satisfaction from others. By the aforementioned definition, there is no evidence that XQC is a cuck. In fact, he's claimed on stream multiple times that he does not have a cuckolding fetish. However, there is an alternative definition, one that claims a person is a cuck regardless of their willing participation, meaning in effect that if XQC were to watch his partner seek sexual satisfaction from others, that he would be a cuck regardless of whether or not he enjoyed it. To this second definition, there does exist supporting evidence, where on the night of November 4th, 2022, XQC joined fellow brain-dead streamer Aiden Ross for a double date stream, where he was joined by a girl he was dating. This girl claimed on multiple times throughout the stream that she was wet and British, referring to her high level of arousal. Is that the word girls use when they're horny? They use the word British? What? Or is that just an unrelated term? She's like, I'm British and I'm wet. Is that what is going on? When I see Perez Hilton, or sorry, Paris, not Perez, Jesus. Never mind. Anyhow. Now, given this information, as well as the fact that she was dating X at the time, we can conclude that if X was dicking her right, she would seek him out to fulfill her needs. However, instead what the stream shows is XQC approaching his date only for her to push him away, actively rejecting him, only to instead make out with someone else in front of him, essentially seeking sexual satisfaction from another person while XQC could do nothing but watch on. According to this second definition and the supporting evidence, we can logically conclude XQC is in fact a cuck. Dude, I feel like having Reddit is a bad idea. I'm so thankful I've never had a Reddit account, because this is just not, there's nothing good that's happening on Reddit. Every time I've seen a Reddit post, it hasn't been anything like good that I needed to know. It's always been some weird shit like this, you know? Like if you look through any YouTuber's Reddit history, you're probably not going to find something good and savory. It's going to be like this, okay? I don't think there's any real benefit. All right, here we have another post from him. He says, sorry for going schizo again, but Moz deleted my last post before most people could see it, and X is still in denial. Yes, I'm jealous. Yes, I'm balding it too. Yes, I get no bitches. Mediocre XQC merch designs are all I have. Pepe hands. Dawson, buddy, we got to get you some help, man. When was this posted? Is this a long time ago? I don't think it's X's fault if he didn't know his designer was yoinking, but I don't understand going so far to defend him unless the designer was up front. At this point, X should just go on mid-journey with chat and make the art himself. That's all. Sorry for posting again, but I wanted to get this out there. Mods, please don't delete. I think this is fair criticism, and I send no hate to any designer since I know if they were upfront with X or not, but secretly yoinking is cringe. The Twitch brain rot speak yoinking. Pepe hands, Pepe laugh, poggers, juicing. I don't know. I'm not a part of this community, but I just hate the terminology. We need our own like annoying semi-ironic terminology that just becomes part of our popular lexicon chat. I guess we have gorilla mode. We have that. We need more shit though. From now on, will be referred to as forced love. I will never say the word out loud starting in 3, 2, 1. Never saying the R word again. Forced love. Maybe we should call it real love. Anyway. Also, despite Dogpack's claims to have never been a drug user, that alt seems to tell a different story at one point on r/stories, funnily enough. Well, he didn't say he was never a drug user. I think he said he tried shrooms or something. Didn't he say he tried it? I thought he said he tried shrooms. He didn't say he was never a drug user. On drug accusations, to be clear, some people can't tell when I'm joking or not. I've never been a drug user. Weed makes me anxious. I tried microdosing shrooms for depression and anxiety for a week over 3 months ago. Honestly, the taste just made me sick, so I stopped. Wouldn't recommend anyone to use illicit drugs, but I consider myself an advocate for psychedelic research. Joe Rogan mode. Don't really care to filter everything I say through lawyers and PR people. Sometimes I say dumb shit, but my video was well researched. I'd obviously rather MrBeast just focus on disproving the evidence than trying to publicly destroy my character with baseless drug use and mental health accusations, but it appears that's the only option they have. Also, I literally smoked 500 cigarettes before writing this. Based. The 500 cigarettes thing made me like him a little more. I can't lie, okay? It did. It made me feel some camaraderie with our boy, all right? I do like Dogpack, okay? This was going to happen eventually. He was going to get his post-history question, but I do still like him, okay? I still like him. I don't think he's evil. I think his third video was pretty bad. But I don't personally hate him, okay? I think he did some good work. You know, everybody's got some cringe post history somewhere. Usually it's before they're 22. Usually it's when they're 14 years old, at least for Zoomers. But hey, the cringe post history happens. Dude, when I realized this, it reminded me exactly of my first shallow DMT experience. Shallow meaning I didn't go into hyperspace and interact with alien beings of unfathomable intelligence that spoke with light, but rather more of the in-between space. My experience was almost exactly the same for 1 to 2 minutes. I was out, fully left my body, and felt extremely at peace. My girlfriend was cuddling me at the time and said my eyes opened and my fingertips started to go cold, but I still had a heartbeat, so she wasn't too worried. I feel like DMT is not good, dude. I feel like doing drugs in general is not that good. I feel like you don't need to do drugs, chat, okay? Hot take, you need to do drugs, okay? I can't, lie and cope and posture like I've never done any drug in my life, but I just don't think drugs in general are good for you, I don't think they are. There's no reason to do it. There's no reason to do it, chat. You're literally on drugs. True, I love drugs. I lied. If you got to do something, drink coffee or quit Nick then. Well, nicotine's not good for you either. I won't deny that. I have an addiction. I'm not saying nicotine is good. I'm saying, if anything, I'm saying all drugs are bad. You should try to avoid it. But I especially don't think the psychoactive drugs are good. Stuff that makes you hallucinate and see the machine elves. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you're going to get that much out of that. I think you're probably going to be better off just not doing it. What do you think about nicotine? It makes my heart beat a little faster and my head hurt. Are any of these anything? I know very little about foraging. These are just very common on my local trail. So it would have been cool if they were cubes or something. Is he talking about mushrooms? Finding mushrooms in the woods? Thank you, Scoob, for becoming a member. Been sitting in my hot car for months, Lamau. Recoverable or trash? This is a picture of like weed or something. Is this melted weed? Is this DMT in his car? Is that what it looks like? Black goo in a cup? Yeah, I wouldn't risk it as is. I don't know. It's possible to like add it to the bark of a future extraction or something to recover it, or if it's just useless at this point. So he's responding to someone else here who's asking about, oh no, wait, are they? So someone else posted it and he commented on it basically. Okay. Telling him not to use it. So he's got some experience, I guess, with DMT. That's not all from the alt, but before we get to it, here's Dogpack posting on Maine about Jimmy being the Antichrist, something he also seems to have included in his Google Doc for some reason. MrBeast Creative. This is his other account. Some talking points you might find interesting. 1, YouTubers are financially incentivized to promote consumerism to their young audiences because advertisers are willing to pay more for their attention. Okay, I mean, that's kind of obvious, but yeah. There was a school shooting today and some kid in the news said he didn't hear anything because he was listening to Ken Carson. Do I know who Ken Carson is? This? Not really my thing, to be honest. Not really my thing. I'll show you the kind of rap music I do like, though. Because I do have a rap song pulled up. I think you guys would probably like. This is rap music that I like, okay? Just check this out. Try this on for size.
Why so serious?
That's what I like. That's my kind of rap music, okay? Please don't play some BS. This is some RS, if anything. This is some real shit, okay? This is some fire! Don't even deny it. That was good. Why so serious? Why so serious? Why so serious? Why so serious? I'm like a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught one. Why so serious? Multiple MrBeast employees, including real Christians, suggested to me MrBeast may be under the control of Satan. 3, lots of weirdos at the company see Chris Tyson. Can you expound on point 2? I'm not Christian, but something about the book of Revelation. Jimmy bought a church and converted it into a studio, literally removing imagery of Jesus and replacing it with the mark of the beast. Well, I mean, we know that he did buy a church and convert it into a thumbnail studio. He talked about that in an interview he did. He also died and rose on the 3rd day, 50 hours buried alive, performs great miracles, also endorses Neuralink, which apparently adds up to 666 somehow. People I spoke to very strongly believe Neuralink was the mark of the beast. Yeah, probably some other stuff I'm forgetting. The only other person who said to me in real life that Neuralink is the mark of the beast is Dominic Schmidt. If you guys watched that Tom IRL video. Dominic Schmidt said so much conspiracy shit that I had to cut out of the video for monetization purposes, but that guy is like a crazy conspiracy theorist. All right, here we have the section called the Biblical Beast from that big document we read from him. Back to the alt. Dogpack has made a lot of claims about MrBeast and lists himself as a former employee to support this, but these claims aren't new. He was making these claims long before he worked there? Before he worked there. So was he, if he was making these claims, did he try to get the job as a way to figure out if it was true? Huh. Interesting. Allegation that MrBeast wasn't using random subscribers in his videos back in December 2023 before he worked there. Didn't see anybody talking about this, so Bailey worked for MrBeast. He was an editor for MrBeast 110K and also won a freaking house. A freaking house. Tom, I need to get in contact. Dude, you actually don't need to get in contact is the thing. If you have a public allegation, post it publicly on Twitter or something. I'm not your personal army. I'm not going to look at your personal thing. I'm sorry. That's not what I do. I'm not going to investigate your thing for you. Post your own thing publicly. You can deal with the fallout. Maybe I'll look at it if I have time. You don't need to get in contact with me. You have no other platform. You have YouTube, you have Twitter, you have Reddit, you have every other public platform you can use. I'm not personally going to review whatever you want me to review on my live stream, okay? I'm not going to be involved in your story. I'm not going to break your story. That's not what I do, okay? I'm not really a journalist. I'm a silly YouTuber. I do silly streams. There's journalistic stuff I do when covering things, but I'm not going to be the guy to platform your document. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, maybe it's schizo, maybe it's real. I don't know, but I'm not going to do it, sorry. If you want to see him help those less fortunate, watch the Philanthropy channel. Most of the contestants on MrBeast are people in the industry. How much would it cost if MrBeast did fake all of his videos? Here, Dawson writes, depends what you consider fake. Scripting and misleading editing are pretty standard at this point. He doesn't use random subscribers as much, and everyone he works with signs an NDA, so the risk of a leak is pretty low. Look how long it took for the influencer hide-and-seek video to get exposed. Personally, I think it's stupid to fake things as much as he does. Wow. So even before he was hired, he was talking about MrBeast faking shit. Well, if this was 6 months ago, would it be before he was hired? Because when did he say he got hired? April. So yeah, that would be before he got hired for sure. Interesting that he was talking about that stuff. He was kind of a hater. It's interesting. He was also he was like semi an XQC hater. That was kind of harsh, Tom. Dude, it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? If you go to the police, okay, go to the police. I'm not, you know, I talk about stuff other people post publicly. I'm not going to publicly post your allegation for you. That's not what I do. I don't want to be involved in your story. That's why I think at one point Dawson offered to show me some shit when he was in my interview about MrBeast, and I was like, no, I don't want to see it. Publicly posted, or I don't want to see it. I love your vids and lives. Keeps me sane at work. Good luck at work, buddy. Hey, Tom, I was in the Appalachie shooting. Appalachie? I was in the Appalachie shooting today. Your stream is helping me keep my mind off it. You rock. You were in a shooting? Is this the shooting I'm hearing about? Casualties reported in Appalachie High School shooting? Jesus Christ. Well, take it easy, brother. Be safe. It's rough. If you're telling the truth and you're not me, take it easy. Hug your mom and dad. The new Fortnite season goes hard. I will not play it. Fortnite. I hate Fortnite. They took away my code. Them. Epic Games. I hope they drop to $0 valuation for their company. Destroy them. Epic Games. All right. He accused MrBeast of running shady sweepstakes in February, you know, while he was apparently working with them. Lottery would be illegal, but this is essentially what all his sweepstakes are. Interesting. Really interesting. He has to promote gambling to children and bribe people to eat his chocolate. It shouldn't be possible for a consumer to buy into sweepstakes without ever seeing a no purchase necessary clause. That's just a lottery. If you ever see a sweepstakes advertised on TV, you'll always see the clause on screen. Social media should be no different. This is something Jimmy's gotten in trouble with in the past. It's plain stupid. The contest is broken. Turns out you don't need to buy a Feastables bar to enter the contest. Video proof of how I successfully submitted an entry without buying anything in 60 seconds. In the US, all sweepstakes are required to have a free alternative method of entry. You're also required to clearly state no purchase necessary when advertising a sweepstakes. Otherwise, it would be an illegal lottery, but YouTubers get away with not doing it for some reason. I guess because through some loophole, it's not considered advertising. I don't know, but shady as hell. I think it's more just that the FCC doesn't really regulate, I think, like online YouTube stuff as much. Broadcast is typically referred to as TV. You know, I'd imagine they probably need to update the law for internet type shit. But yeah, also there's just not a lot of precedence of like the FCC going after YouTubers or that kind of stuff. New Jersey Devil horror, good song. Maybe I'll check it out. I think, isn't that like a rap type guy? I think I've heard a few of his songs. It's like trap rap. It's like City Borg type shit. Sometimes I like that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Lately, I just want to listen to Periphery all day. That's about it. Thanks for the 5, Patrick. I mean, people do care about the MrBeast drama. That's why I have viewers right now. I mean, partially at least. I mean, I still get viewers when I don't stream about it, but, you know, I have more viewers on average when I talk about MrBeast stuff. People definitely care about it. So it's really interesting here that we see a history of Dawson talking about a lot of the stuff that would make his way into his video before he even got hired by MrBeast. It's really, really fascinating. I wonder what his perspective would be. His criticism of Team C's isn't new either. He seemed pretty critical on Alt. Interestingly, by March, he's much more positive. Nice to see him back to normal after he got fired. Nice to see him back to normal after he got fired. Question about Big Dog Ranch Rescue. Most big actors in philanthropy are in it for unethical reasons. Look at how the largest plastic polluter sponsored Team C's, Coca-Cola. Look into the companies funding MrBeast food banks, factory farmers, and deforestation groups, or the other companies that sponsor his charities. They're all shady. It goes something like this. A person provides genuine value to the world in exchange for their products and services. The world makes them wealthy. Leeches try to attach themselves to that person to extract their wealth and influence for their own agendas. The once good reputation of that person and company dies as they become infected by leeches. MrBeast has been in stage 2 for a while. His wealth and influence has attracted leeches, and his companies are infected. Interesting. Really interesting. So here he's kind of like, he is criticizing MrBeast, but he's more like, it's not really his fault. It's these leeches' fault. Waste generator of MrBeast. I get it, but there's always some resource cost for entertainment. MrBeast is one of the few entertainment companies that actually offsets the negative impacts with positive ones. Philanthropy. interesting. And here we have, this is him talking about the philanthropy stuff again, just in a more recent tweet showing that this is like a consistent thing for him before and after he worked there. He made a ton of comments highly critical of MrBeast in the months before he tried getting a job there, including claiming that a MrBeast challenge induced Stockholm syndrome in his contestants. So before that's so, okay, so what I said even now wasn't entirely accurate. Before he got hired, he was critical of it. During hiring, he was like, there's resource costs for entertainment. And then after, he once again had the same criticism. That's really interesting. That's super, super interesting, chat. I'm fascinated. I'm hooked, okay? I'm sure Jimmy and the team would have been so excited to work with someone who thought this of them. Had a wild dream for an original video idea. Great idea, but MrBeast should also compete. I think it would be a humbling experience. What's a MrBeast related opinion that'll make it go like this? I think his company's full of non-creative leeches. Damn. Before he got hired, he said they're uncreative leeches. He hated them. He was going to change the culture from the inside out. He was going to revolutionize the MrBeast brand, chat. He alone was going to do it. He alone. Moving back to Maine again, one thing that's interesting but strange is the inclusion of CoffeeZilla regarding MrBeast crypto scams, originally supposed to be in his part 2 video. And he references coffee in his document, which he later removed. Here we have, was it removed? MrBeast getting some backlash at using crypto and NFTs for Team C's. MrBeast's influential call with Logan Paul and Gary Vaynerchuk. MrBeast crypto wallet investigation. Has CoffeeZilla talked about MrBeast? I don't really remember that. I don't remember any CoffeeZilla video that was big that talked about MrBeast, to be honest. I don't really remember that. Have you thought about contacting Steven, I don't know how to say this name, Steven Findyson? Steven Findyson, aka CoffeeZilla. I'm sure he'd be very interested in what you have to say, although he might be a tad busy with the Logan Paul lawsuit. Oh, you know, I might be in contact with some of his people. Hey, Jimmy, how well did you hide your crypto ventures? Please do this ASAP. Finally, here's Dogpack making claims toward MrBeast over several other things with no evidence, including tax evasion and promoting Prism on Reddit while arguing with a random. When will the shirts come back? The original shirts that you saw probably are not coming back. There is a new shirt that we're going to be dropping along with these hats, but the way the merch works is basically like you get it while it's out or you might not get it at all. We might re-release that shirt again in the future, but I don't have any promises for it. Yeah, it's very much like, you know, if you don't get it when it drops, you might not get it. That's just how we're doing it because we do very limited runs. Is it the tank top? No, it's a t-shirt. We were going to do a tank top, but we're kind of getting to the end of summer here, so we didn't really think it made sense. How many hats? 600. 600 shirts and 600 hats. And I will be promoting them on stream first, and then they'll go to the second channel for promotion, and then they'll go to the main channel. So that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to scale it up. If they all sell out, then, which I think they probably will, then we'll probably do another drop of the hats at least soon after, but I'm not really sure. We might not. But it all depends on how much money I want to put into it. Because the way I do it is I have to spend like the first drop before the shirts even came out, I had to spend like more than $10,000 to get it made and shipped to the US. So it's like pretty, you know, it's a pricey process the way I want to do it. Because I'm a spur gonna have to do it my way. My way or the highway. Someday you'll see things my way. Limited runs equals cheap, low supply at exorbitant prices for huge markups. You don't know anything. We didn't have big markups at all. I think the shirts to make per shirt, I want to say it was $15 to make per shirt. And then the return, I think, because the shirt was, I think, $40. So it would be $25 per shirt. But I think shipping was included. I think, did we include shipping? I think we actually charged for shipping. So basically on each shirt, I would have made $25 out of $15 investment, which is not a huge markup for like merch retail. Usually shirts that YouTubers make is like $3 to produce a shirt and they sell it for like $50. We're not using Printify because they can't make the stuff I want them to make. We have custom materials. Own that fraud? I will own that fraud. You're a scammer? Not yet. Wait till I get really rich and then see what I do, okay? Let's get really rich. Because the thing is, someday the itch to get this car is going to become too great, okay? Someday, the itch to purchase this vehicle is going to become too great, and I'll do something terrible to get it. If you guys don't buy the merch, I'm going to become a scumbag because, frankly, there's just something about this car that makes me need it, you know? It's really expensive, but there's just something about it that I need. Like, look at this. There's something about it I just need, okay? I can't explain it beyond that. I just need it, okay? But it's really expensive, so it's a lot of money. What's the insurance on that thing? I don't even want to think about it. Honestly, I don't even want to think about it. Does it come in a Tesla version? Buy a rope, smaggle daggle. Let's see this post. So this is a post about, let's see here, Dogpack making claims for MrBeast over several other things with no evidence, including tax evasion and promoting Prism on Reddit while arguing with a random. All right, so this person says, do you believe the only element of corruption is the intention to make their videos addictive? And MrBeast Creative, or Dogpack, says not even close. I think MrBeast could be investigated by the IRS, FTC, SEC, FBI, and OSHA, and each organization would find its own unique case of corruption. Jesus Christ, the FBI. Buy a McLaren? Isn't that like double the price of the car I just showed, which is already a $200,000 car? Not even close. I think they could be investigated by the IRS, FTC, SEC, FBI, and OSHA. The problem is that corrupt higher-ups of the company can't get fired because if they do, they'll go to Time Magazine and destroy the whole company, so Jimmy is in an impossible position. Internally, people understand that the House of Cards cards has to collapse. So he sees like a big conspiracy from the from the top down. He thinks that MrBeast won't fire certain people despite whatever their situation may be because they know too much. In his mind, MrBeast company is like a mafia movie. This reminds me of Nick posted this video that I did like quite a bit, Better Call Saul meme. But the irony of this that makes it so perfect is that in this video, Chuck is right. He just looks crazy, right?
I am not crazy! I am not crazy. Are you telling me that a man just happens to fall like that? No! He orchestrated it. Jimmy! As if I could ever make such a mistake. Never. Never. I just couldn't prove it. He covered his tracks. He got that idiot at the copy shop to lie for him.
Gil, please, you don't have to go.
You think this is something? You think this is bad? This chicanery? He's done worse. He defecated through a sunroof. And I saved him. He'll never change. He'll never change. Ever since he was 9, always the same. Couldn't keep his hands out of the cash drawer. But not our Jimmy. Couldn't be precious Jimmy. Stealing them blind. And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke. I should have stopped him when I had the chance. And you have to stop him. I am not crazy.
That's Dogpack. Okay, that is literally Dogpack in real life. And the disapproving group of people is like, this black woman is Nick DiOrio. This is me. This is like Chud Logic or something. That's what this is. Great show, by the way, if you haven't seen it. I don't really give a fuck about Breaking Bad. It's like pretty good, but I don't love it. Better Call Saul is really good. That show is amazing. I love lawyer shows. So what other pieces of corruption would you say are present? How else are they corrupt? Tax evasion, illegal lotteries, fraud, crypto scams, inappropriately interacting with children, horrible safety compliance, just overall terrible production practices, etc. Hard to explain everything broadly. It's the largest game show in the world, and they don't follow the regulations that traditional game shows have to follow. May I ask why you haven't gone to the authorities about this? Question. I guess I just think they wouldn't do anything. I mean, I know other former employees who have gone to the media, and even right now, one of MrBeast's co-stars, Chris Tyson, is being accused of owning illegal depictions of minors. Was Chris accused of owning illegal depictions of minors? I don't think lolicon is illegal in the United States, is it? I mean, it's illegal to send it to kids, but in the United States, I don't think it's illegal to own lolicon. If it was, I think a lot of people would be in jail because those lolicons very proudly post on Twitter about all the shit they own. So I don't think it's illegal from my perspective. I think he should go to the authorities if he thinks a crime has been committed, though, first. Even if you don't think they'll do anything, it's worth a shot. Because that's the real punishment for somebody doing a crime, right? It's not just public shaming. It's, you know, criminal prosecution. Why would the U.S. authorities not investigate Chris Tyson if his child sex crime has been committed? We have a remove post, and then we have this person commenting on the remove post, and this person says they'll never answer because they never answer any of the real questions. They're literally lying. So here we have this next post. Plop Gee says, okay, I can understand why they fired you, to be honest. Failure to understand basic instructions, but do you have any actual proof that you work for him? Dogpack says, you have poor reading comprehension and are defending someone who bought and distributed sexual illustrations of minors as well as sent suggested messages and Snapchats to a minor. I think I'm good on sending you any of my info, bro. Oh, cool, a new claim. Is this pulled out of your ass like you working for MrBeast, or is there actual screenshots of this? And then the Prism video was sent. And then Plot McGee says, oh, I saw a bit about this. It's the video of the one transphobe who touched grass. Yes, he doesn't seem trustworthy at all. Man, it's so weird all this info seems to be coming from transphobic people. Wonder why. Ironically, both of their statements would age very poorly because Prism turned out to be a, you know, retarded person. But Chris Tyson also turned out to be a creep. So it's kind of like a twofold L on both sides. You can decide which one's bigger. So this guy ended up posting a video about it. You can see here a 21-minute long video just going over his thread. You can check it out if you want. But the reason why I went through all of that is just to give you guys a little more context on who Dogpack is and because his post history is making the rounds in certain sides of the internet. But not everybody would be, you know, positive towards that. Not everybody would have a positive opinion of it. One person who didn't have a positive opinion was the surprise witness. Now, I don't know a lot about this woman. I've heard people in chat making claims about her poor coverage of certain things. I don't really know how good or bad she is. She's got a bunch of subs on YouTube. She's got 100K. You know, here we have her addressing the allegations. Reddit trying to bring me into MrBeast Keemstar, whatever the. I will say, someone earlier commented about how her eyes look big, and I thought it was just her mascara or eyeliner making her eyes look big because that makes girls look like they have big eyes. But I think her eyes are actually very wide. I mean, look, like her eyes do look very wide. I'll say that. Thanks for the dono, Izark. Her eyes do look very wide. But the reason why I'm bringing her up is because she accused this guy. Okay, she accused Cope and Seethe of something very funny. Something very funny. Okay, she did not like him. I'll just let the clip speak for itself, okay? I'll let the clip speak for herself. Keep in mind, this is the person that Dogpack shouted out as like doing good research on these cases and being interesting. But she's also a person who like shit on, well, not really shit on Dogpack, but she was like, the case I looked into with James Warren wasn't the same one that, or it showed that there wasn't any domestic violence charges filed against him. But then Dogpack was like, well, I have more cases to look at. So there's kind of some dissonance there. But is the store down? I want to buy something. I'm not sure if I'm late. The store isn't up yet. The store goes down when we're not selling, and it goes back up when we are selling. So you'll know. I'll publicly announce when the merch is out in a video and on streams and stuff. The first place it'll be announced is going to be Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow those. But yeah, I'll post there first, and then it'll probably be on live stream. Then it'll probably be on a Tom Dark video. Then if it's not sold out by then, we'll do a main channel video probably. Here's what she said about Cope and Seethe.
Able to find is some crusted, dusted, busted Reddit posts that ain't that bad. So it's great news. It's great news that this is what they're latching on to. Now, this Latter-day Saint looking ass, Scientology looking ass guy right here, also definitely, in my opinion, some type of plant, some type of controlled op. Now, do I know that for sure? No, I don't know. I don't know these people from Adam. And frankly, I don't ever want to be around any of them. I do not ever want to be around.
Look, man, there might be some greater context I'm missing here. Maybe this is somehow ironic, but this is like retarded. This is like schizophrenic. You think that MrBeast's plant, you think that the plant he hired, who looked through publicly existing Reddit posts that were in a Daily Mail article, is hired by MrBeast? And you, not only that, you think that the plant that MrBeast hired, okay, the most rich, famous YouTuber in the world, with no evidence, you think there's a plant already. That's crazy. But you think the plant he hired is a YouTuber, okay, who posted a thread. Now, what is in that thread? What is actually in that thread, you may be asking, okay? What's in there? Well, it's all of his Reddit history. It's the same thread we just read. And the video about it, the person she thinks that MrBeast hired has 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. 2,000 subscribers. She thinks that MrBeast hired someone with 2,000 subscribers to get 4,000 views. What? Look, when I get in drama and I need to hire a plant, I'm hiring Ludwig, okay? I'm shelling out for the big guns, okay, to defend me, okay? I'm not hiring Cope and Seethe. No offense to Cope and Seethe, but hiring someone with 2,000 subscribers, like, come on. This is brain dead. This is like schizophrenia. This woman is like a schizophrenic conspiracy theorist, okay? An angel came to her in her dream and told her that's the case. Like, this is insane. She believes with no evidence this guy is hired, despite the fact that you have like a clear like chain of what happened, right? You have like Daily Mail writes an article about the cease and desist. People see it. They see the name of the Reddit account in there from the cease and desist. Cope and Seethe looks into it, makes a video. Well, you could see the chain of events that led to him finding the Reddit posts, right? No evidence needed. She's correct, based. I think you're right, actually. I can fix her, Tom. Good luck, bro. Now, this is kind of funny more than anything. This is like, you know, I'm not saying this is evidence for her being wrong, but she has multiple channels. This is That Surprise Witness TV. She has BJ Investigates. She has Bedtime Wind Down. This is another channel she has, okay? But there's also another kind of content she makes, and that kind of content is what I really want to focus on because it's fire and I like it, okay? And I'm not making fun of her for this. I'm not shitting on her for it. I'm not bullying her, okay? This is cool. She has a channel called Goriana Music, okay? This is her music channel, as you can see here. Here we have Starfleet Goriana official music video, new Punjabi song. So she's engaging in some Indian culture, which we love Indians here, so that, you know, I think that's cool. Ludwigga, or Ludwigger, faux today. We're gonna go with Lud. Friendship started with Lud, okay? But top comment reads, "This is amazing. Actually obsessed with how you do so many things so well. So motivating for ADHDers who want to live a million lives like me, and it feels impossible. Also, you're literally stunning. This is a legit bop. I guess I like Punjabi music. I'm the whole sun. You're a nightlight. Says it all, queen. Thank you, Killer Moth, for becoming a member. Shout out Lego Batman fans. All right, well, we're going to check this out and see how fire this is. It could be really good. I think it will be really good. This solo's periphery, sadly. True. I mean, gladly. I'll let it solo periphery, okay? This is fire. Is this rap for Indians? I think so. I don't really know what this is. I don't know if she has like an Indian love interest or something. That's why she's I just can't imagine making this. Like, not only is it not good music, it's not a cover. It's her original song. She makes Punjabi music. I don't even, like, how do you even decide to make this genre? I would be less shocked if she made K-pop. Bad Omens who? Yeah, true. Like, this is, I don't even know. Let's see the subtitles.
No sense trying to come for me. I could block you from the game in a heartbeat.
I could block you from the game in a heartbeat.
Billion views, there's only one of me.
There's a billion views, there's only one of me.
If you want to catch me, better run a Starfleet.
Bro, her fiance is Indian? Is he? No way I was right. No way. There's no way I was right about that. There's no way she actually has an Indian fiance. I don't believe that. You're trolling.
On my wrist, come down on my chest like 22 carats and nothing less. Like I could come for you.
22 carats and nothing less. She's confident. I'll give her that. Look, she's flexing on the brokies, okay? 22 carats and nothing less. I could come for you, but it wouldn't be a fair fight.
But it wouldn't be a fair fight. I am the whole.
I am the whole sun. You are a nightlight. I am the whole sun. You are a nightlight. That's a good roast, dude. That's fine. I like that. She's destroying the detractors with this one, okay? Is this Brantley Keem? No, this is not. I don't think Brantley would make this. I think Keemstar would stop her before she was able to put this out. I just got a ad for diaper rash ointment. Either your channel screwed up or I am. Explain. Hey, ads are personalized, not based on the content usually. Maybe if I were to discuss a product, but I haven't discussed diaper rash ointment, baby diaper, adult diaper, poopy in this stream at all. You're the only one who has. So frankly, I think this is your problem. Gorie Balier Proper Patola. All right. Well, now that we've checked out that fine Aryan music, we do have one more development with Cope and Seethe. She got very mad, very mad at some of the Redditors and YouTube commenters talking about her. As a result, she also got mad at Keemstar, and we got this clip of her saying something about Keemstar. We'll check this out.
One of the people in common, Star himself, pretended to be very upset whenever Shut Eye Praise Jean, aka Shad Man, drew a picture of his daughter. But all of a sudden, he's decided to side with the people on the same side as Shut Eye Praise Jean. And it really should tell you something. It really should tell you something. I don't know what it should tell you, but maybe you could think about it tonight before you go to bed, and maybe you can come up with a conclusion.
Why does she talk like that? Maybe you can come up with a conclusion. Maybe you can come up with a conclusion, brother. Hey, brother. Maybe you can come up with a conclusion. Wit. Would you go gorilla mode on my wife? Jesus Christ. Yes. This is crazy, though. Like, she's like, Keemstar, look, I know that Shadman drew a sexually suggestive image of your daughter, but I don't think you're actually mad because you're criticizing Dogpack 404 or something. Like, Dogpack, look, man, I like you, but you could not be in worse company. This is like a crazy person. This is a genuinely insane person that you should probably not be around, honestly. Now, she did end up tweeting a bit. She ended up doing some tweeting to own the haters, okay? She tweeted out saying, anybody else got something to say? I can put your message up on the wall too, because Comment Cop messaged her not being very nice. We disavow this Comment Cop comment, okay? This is over the line. He said, you are one dumb bitch, then that's not very nice. But I did respond to her, letting her know that just the truth, you know, because she said, anybody else got something to say? I can put your message up on the wall too. So I was hoping to get on the wall. I don't know if I got on the wall, but I hope I got on the wall. We avow this, okay? We disavow Comment Cop. We avow this, okay? I'm positive. I'm trans and gay positive. She's a lawyer. Damn. This is my lawyer. I'm going to jail, dog. But yeah, so she did make a video. I'm curious to see her entire video because I think it would probably be funny. So we'll take a look. Addressing the allegations, Reddit trying to bring me into Keemstar drama.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a grown man acting a damn fool on the internet. Oh, that's Keemstar's channel. Sorry. Hey, how y'all doing today? We need to talk about something that came up just recently.
Is this how I talk? Is this how I sound? Is this how I sound in videos, guys? If I ever sound like this, you need to like call me out and do something bad. I don't think I sound like this, but if I do sound this like smug, smarmy, and annoying, please let me know so I can delete everything I've ever done. Yes? All right, we're deleting the channel.
And it does have to do with Keem, controlled op, best friends with Jimmy Donaldson.
Controlled op, best friends with Jimmy Donaldson. Best friends with Jimmy Donaldson.
Star. Now, do I know for a fact that Keemstar, that's not his real name, girl. I mean, it's like, that's why I'm calling him Hakeem, girl, because I can't get, you are 45 years old. Can we call the man his name at this point, y'all, please? Anyway.
How old is this person? She's in her 30s at least, right? She seems, she doesn't really look old, but she seems old, I would say. Why does she call him Hakeem? Is that like an Indian? Is that like an Indian thing? Hakeem? Smaggle says 37. I trust Smaggle. The 37-year-old allegations.
So, apparently MrBeast is about to make some type of clapback statement. Okay. The boys are going crazy on the internet, and now they've even dragged me into it.
Why is she whispering? That's a crazy frame I just paused on. Why is she like whispering? Is she trying not to disturb someone in her home? The boys have dragged me into it. She sounds like she's doing a Joker impression for the entire video.
They trying to mess up my good name, and honestly, really.
Dude, why is every frame like that? Why is every frame like that, dude? Paltry Thomas is my black, Asian, Jewish, Muslim, they, them, trans woman idol. Yes, I am.
The truth about it is I don't give a shit what y'all think about me. I do not care. Please, there's an unsubscribe button down there. Please click it as fast as you can. Go away and don't come back because I do not work for you.
The way to show that you don't care about something and you don't care how someone thinks about you is to make a 26-minute long video dedicated to talking about it and to like lash out on Twitter because someone sent you a DM. That's how you show that you don't care. I agree that she doesn't care. I mean, if I didn't care about something, that's how I would communicate that I didn't care, right? Probably.
I don't work for you and I don't give a shit what you think about me. But there's some lies going on. And since it's lies, I do want to just correct the record with some court documents like I do. But first, let's look at this tweet, what they trying to do to my boy, Dog Pack. Now, y'all going to leave him alone, okay? Because I happen to like him. So...
Dude, the way she talks is like so annoying. Would you ever make a video on Medicare? Yeah, maybe. I saw that June the King was asking him for an interview, so that's probably going to be a good video. Maybe someday I would, but I'm not really in a rush to get it done right now. I like Mr. Medicare.
All right, so here is a tweet of sorts, and it's from...
This video is making me misogynistic. I feel like the misogyny left my body, and the demonic spirit, actually the heavenly spirit of misogyny flying back into me, just empowering me like, I hate women. I feel it. I actually feel it.
Old ass man, old coot of the internet, Hakeem Star, and he says Dogpack 404 suggested the use of orangutans for a MrBeast video. Is it hypocritical to call out MrBeast for unsafe practices when you suggested a dangerous one? Well, okay, there's a lot to unpack. There's a whole lot to unpack.
Orangutans in the video? That sounds pretty good to me. I'm a monkey guy, okay? You guys know this. I'm a monkey guy. I'm a gorilla mode guy. I'm a silverback type of guy. I'm a monkey guy in general. So I think the monkeys would... I think if MrBeast did an entire competition video where he replaced every human contestant with a monkey, I think that would be good. Like, what if it was like a monkey race war video? Like, which monkey is the best? Which monkey is the highest IQ? I think that'd be good. You know, which monkey has the highest crime rate in their community? That'd be good.
Right here, Hakeem. And first of all, the first thing to unpack is maybe it's hypocritical, maybe it's not. What does that have to do with the fact that he's associated with PDFs? Oh, imagine somebody coming
He's associated with PDFs. Is he?
out and talking about PD associations, SA allegations, unsafe workplace allegations, and every other thing else. And the one thing you decide with your 45-year-old crusty old cute personality of the internet, the one thing
Why does she hate Keemstar so much? She like despises him. She despises his existence.
you decide to talk about is to attack the whistleblower. I've seen this a few times, seen it a few times. And in fact, that's why I wanted to talk about these two topics in today's video. Not only have I seen it a few times, I've experienced it a few times because this, Dawson, this is a good thing. This is good that this is happening. Want to know why? Because it shows that they have searched high and low, near and far, up and down and all around. From here to Timbuktu, all the way to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day.
From here to Timbuktu, all the way to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Is that what they did? There was just a Reddit. There was just a Reddit username put in the Daily Mail article, and people found it. That's it. This is what people do with everything online. They find like a Reddit account and they look into it. They did this with Chris Tyson. They did this with MrBeast. Like, Dogpack is a public figure. They're not allowed to like look into him. If he has like public post history revealed, he's a public figure. Orangutans are the gentle giants of the ape kingdom. I hope they are. But like, seriously, this is what, are you not allowed to talk about public information?
Saints in Salt Lake City, Utah. And the only
Why is she so obsessed with the Church of Latter-day Saints and the Mormons? What is this obsession with them? I don't really get it.
thing they were able to find is some crusted, dusted, busted Reddit posts that ain't that bad. So it's great news. It's great news that this is what they're like.
I mean, it's not that bad, but the point of the video is not everything that Dogpack said is wrong or false or retarded. The point is just like, he's a public figure. He has an interesting post history. We get more insight into his employment history and his thoughts about, you know, the MrBeast controversies and whatever else before, during, and after his hiring. We see he was critical of MrBeast before his hiring, which, if anything, I feel like almost adds to his credibility a little bit. But I don't see why there's so much like, she feels like it's like a personal attack. Like, it's a public case. Like, it's publicly being talked about. He had public Reddit accounts where he talked about XQC juicing or whatever, XQC being a cuck. Like, you can look at that. Her talking makes you glad the Union won against the South. Dude, the Union destroyed the South. They cracked a whip. The South was cracking whips, and then the Union cracked the biggest whip of all time. Abraham Lincoln was like, whoosh. Okay, thank God. Thank God the Union won. Or, you know, you guys think it's bad now. Imagine how bad things would be, okay? Thank God the North won. Holy shit.
Now, this Latter-day Saint looking
No, Missa.
Scientology looking ass guy right here also definitely, in my opinion, some type of plant, some type of controlled op. Now, do I know?
Once again, it's like schizophrenic conspiracy theories. Like why is it that she believes that anyone who's critical of Dogpack or looks into his history is a controlled op or a plant or like paid off? Why is that the immediate response? So far in this video, she has yet to substantively respond to a single Reddit post from Dawson or a single claim made about him or his coverage. All she's able to say is like, Keemstar, dusty, crusty, busted ass from here to the Mississippi. It's absolutely disgusting that they're looking into him. They're busting the whistleblower. They're coming after the messenger. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? The Union was losing for most of the war? Yeah, and then they won, bitch! That's how it works! They won! Because the Union had W. Riz and the South did not, okay? Who won? Robert E. Lee L. Ulysses S. Grant W.
Know that for sure? No, I don't know. I don't know these people from Adam. And frankly, I don't ever want to be around any of them.
Oh, shit, I said no more R word, sorry. The Union used forced love on the Confederacy, okay?
I do not ever want to be around any of them. I do not want any of the demons infested them to get off on me. I do not consent.
The demons? She's awesome.
And I rebuke, okay? But
I do not consent, I rebuke. She doesn't consent to the demons' forced love.
let's hear what this grown man, old coot, has to say about the MrBeast whistleblower. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
There are 0 records of orangutans.
My schizo baddie, I need her. Kyle, chill out, bro, okay? No. Just no. Listen, bro. You think you need her until you got her, and then you can't get rid of her. You can't her off your boot, okay? You don't want it. You don't want it.
Ever killing people. Trained orangutans have been in movies for hundreds of years. Downvote me all you want. I'm right. It can be done so.
Okay, listen. It's a true statement. It is a true statement. I mean, we all saw Georgia the Jungle, Tarzan, or whatever else in the hell. I mean, we saw the movies.
What are we
where
even
they
talking
used
about?
orangutans.
We're
We saw-
talking movies.
So it's a true statement. And basically, this is what is called grasping at straws to try and twist the narrative. I promise you, if they had something to really find on Dawson, they would have found it.
Once again, this kind of phrasing of like they are grasping at straws. Like she thinks this is like a war between one side and the other, and like Keemstar is aligned perfectly with MrBeast, and anyone who criticizes Dogpack is aligned perfectly with MrBeast and is trying to destroy his credibility. It's like, can't there be some middle ground? Can't it be like we're criticizing MrBeast, but we're also criticizing some of the poor coverage the Dogpack did? Cope and Seed is the same guy that posted a long thread, by the way, about Shadman and his associations with various people. I don't think Cope and Seed, I mean, I don't really know him. I can't defend him on a personal basis. But from what I've seen, I don't think the guy has a personal vested interest in protecting MrBeast at all. She sounds like Queso, but a woman. True.
That's what they would be talking about. But
Queso's
this is the
funny,
best
though,
they got.
at least.
This is them coming out guns blazing, full swing. We got 45-year-old grown men who need to be worrying about how they're going to pay for their retirement, talking about orangutans in a post from 6 months ago. Okay, that's where we are. That's where we are. We're not talking about PDFs. We're not talking about the fact that one of the people in common, I mean, King himself pretended to be very upset whenever Shut Eye Praise Jean, aka Shadman, drew a picture of his daughter. But all of a sudden, he's decided to side with the people on the same side as Shut Eye Praise Jean. And it really should tell you something. It really should tell you something. I don't know.
Like, once again, like viewing this whole thing as like a war where Shadman is aligned with MrBeast is so like it's pure autism. Does she think that there's like she's like a patriot? She's like a patriot doing God's work? I think she's taking herself a little too seriously. Like, you're a YouTuber. It's not like Shadman and MrBeast are holding hands right now, as funny as that would be. I don't think they're holding hands thinking about how they're both going to respond. I don't think MrBeast thinking about how he's going to clear Shadman's name. I don't think that's what's happening here. I don't think MrBeast even has any level of attachment to Shadman in any way. I think he could give like he couldn't give less of a, honestly.
I know what it should tell you, but maybe you could think about it tonight before you go to bed, and maybe you can come up with a conclusion. So, do I give a shit that Dawson suggested using our orangutan for the video? No, I do not care. I don't care. I do not care. No, I don't. Don't care. Do you care? Do y'all care? Let's say he actually was caught on camera doing something real mean to an animal, even. Let's say he was caught on camera doing something real mean to an animal. Does that mean that what he's saying is false? Or does...
No, but you still probably wouldn't like him, right? You probably wouldn't trust him as like a reliable narrator. Why even bring that up? If you caught him abusing an animal, you wouldn't care. You called him your boy. You said people are if somebody found a video of him abusing a dog, you wouldn't be mad. Why even make that comparison? What the f are you talking about?
Does that mean something else? Like maybe he's not necessarily a great person, but even a broken clock is right twice.
Not necessarily a great person? Does animal abuse just make you not necessarily a great person? What are you talking about? To be clear, he didn't abuse an animal or even encourage that, but it's just like, why even bring this up? Why even bring up this like outlandish, insane comparison.
Because this is a very common internet tactic. Keemstar himself, old crusty coot of the internet. I mean, literally, it literally disgusts me that there's a 45-year-old man with a child on the internet who calls himself Drama Alert. It disgusts me. It disgusts me.
Bitch, you're like 38. What are you talking about? You're old, okay? You're dried up. You hit the wall. Your eggs are gone. I'm 22. I'm a young buck. I can do whatever I want. Keemstar is 9 years old, okay? Keemstar is 9 years old. You're insulting a small child. You're bullying a small child with Down syndrome, by the way, who also has no hair at 9 years old. Leave him alone.
It does something to my instincts. It's like, this is what happens whenever men have to stop hunting for their food, girl. Maybe we should go back to a little bit of that. Because
this is what happens when men have to stop hunting for their food? Why aren't you taking care of your kids and breastfeeding right now? Why are you making Punjabi, Hindi, Indian music and talking about whatever on your YouTube channel? Like, this goes for you too. You're old. You're literally old. You're not a young, spry spring chicken, okay? You're used up.
We have grown men 45 years old viciously attacking young people on the internet for...
You're a raisin. Look at, you're a raisin.
For whistleblowing. For
whistleblowing.
Blowing. And here's the last final thing of it too. I mean, girl, I could go on all day. I could write a dissertation on this old crusty coot. Okay. I could write a dissertation on this crust, but I won't.
Why is she so mad?
Maybe I will, girl. Maybe we'll be doing the Rise and Fall of Keemstar pretty soon, because I promise you, when I start looking, it ain't going to be no fluff piece like what Ethan Klein did.
Yeah. You're going to do amazing. Look, man, out of the 500 people that have tried to make Keemstar exposed videos over the years and tried to destroy his career, you're the one that's going to do it and topple him, okay? Your video is going to be amazing. He's cowering. He's shaking in his Keemstar G Fuel boots, okay? He's shaking. His little popcorn, he's holding it. He's like, oh, I don't want her to expose me. That's what's happening right now, okay? You're the greatest content creator of all time. What if she actually did? Valiant question. Valiant question, okay?
I can promise you that. So maybe we'll do a Rise and Fall of Keemstar. Maybe we won't, because my energy is very precious. Like I said, I could go on forever. But another thing I just did want to bring up real quick before I move on from this topic.
I'm sorry. My energy is very precious. Okay. I'm a good guy. Moving on. We're moving on.
Is it hypocritical to call out MrBeast for unsafe practices when you suggested a dangerous one? Even if it's hypocritical, what's your point? You're missing a conclusion.
That is the point. That is the point. What do you mean, what's your point? That is the point. It's hypocritical. I don't really agree with the point, but that is the point he's making. It's hypocritical. Like, the point is self-evident. It's in the word hypocrisy. Do you know what hypocrisy means?
Is it the case that, I know this is going to be difficult for Keemstar because he has so much brain rot. I don't think that his logic function actually maybe ever worked, but certainly don't work today. And so it might be difficult for him. But for the other people who don't have so much brain rot, let's say Dawson is hypocritical. Let's say he is. Does that mean he can't be right? Does that mean he can't have done something hypocritical and also be right that there are...
But nobody's even saying that. Is there anybody? I haven't seen a single person say Dogpack is a cringe hypocrite, therefore everything he said about MrBeast is invalid. I haven't seen a single person say. Did one YouTube commenter say that and it drove her insane? Like, I feel, does this video even need to exist? She's saying a lot of nothing.
Unsafe practices. If you're asking me what I think happened, I think Jimmy speaks personally with Hakeem, and they talk. I think they're friends. I have some evidence for this. The evidence I'm relying on to form the basis of this opinion is that, first of all, Jimmy lost some type of huge Bitcoin poker match or something with Keemstar, and MrBeast was in possession of PewDiePie's 10 million play button. And so instead of transferring back Bitcoin, he transferred over the possession of the play button, the custody of the 10 million PewDiePie play button.
I loaned Bitcoin to MrBeast.
Keemstar said Boogie has more credibility than Dogpack. I mean, the thing is, I don't think Keemstar is necessarily right. Like, we can look at Keemstar's post if you want. I don't think Keemstar is a genius, but I don't get why she's so mad. She's like, every 5 seconds she's like, Keemstar is cooter. Keemstar is an old coot. Keemstar is 45. It's like, you're all old too. You're old. You're old as hell. I'm a young spry chicken. I'm 10 years old. You're old, okay?
I had a gambling problem at the time. He didn't pay me back.
She sees this as like a war.
MrBeast acquired this, so he paid me back with PewDiePie's diamond button. When you got money.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know that Keemstar has talked to MrBeast, right? I mean, that's public knowledge, basically. I don't know if that proves that Keemstar is a part of some conspiracy to end Dogback's career. I don't think Keemstar could do that. I don't think Keemstar is smart enough to do that, even if he wanted to. But we do know that he at least talked to him, right?
This is more important. Me having this conversation with you is more important than money.
There's also some more evidence that I have, and that comes from Jake Weddle, a former employee of MrBeast. Now, we're going to be doing this whole podcast coming out probably this week, but I'll give you a little bit of a sample
It's going to be a drag.
right here without the audio and all that, just a little sample, where Jake Weddle is confirming that Keemstar and Jimmy speak on the phone all the time. They talk on the phone. Jake Weddle even said, I was surprised that he was doing that in front of me. I was surprised he would talk to Keemstar in front of me because in public, they act like they're not friends.
I get that a lot. Yeah.
What, buying these nuts?
Yeah. Yeah, why would you feel wrong doing that?
Because it's to expose them.
Next is emergency exit.
Why is she, what? All right. Why is she showing these random clips?
Then he talks on the phone with Jimmy and their friend.
He does.
Do you think Jake Weddle got that schizo sloppy? Dude, stop. Kyle, I'm banning you in chat. I'm sorry. I can't deal with this kind of stuff. Goodbye, Kyle. We can't be making misogynistic comments to women in chat, okay? That's not all right.
You heard it from me, too.
So anyway, more on that coming later. Again, that's not my opinion. That's not my words. That's not my words. That's Jake Weddle's words. I'm showing you what he said.
The thing is, I don't doubt that at all. I don't think that Keemstar alone, even if he wanted to, could like destroy Dogpack. And also, I feel like Keemstar's opinion is not super highly valued by almost anyone in the community, right? Like he's like a Twitter shitter. Sometimes he says things that are right. A lot of the times he says things that are wrong. You can criticize him all you want, but I feel like trying to justify this conspiracy you have in your mind that Keemstar and MrBeast and Cope and Seed are all being, paid off by MrBeast and working with him is like retarded. They're spending the hush money in 4K. Dude, Jake Weddle, I know you got 190K. I have a great proposition. There's this car I really want. I'll let you drive it. Actually, I won't let you drive it. If you buy it for me, I'll let you sit in the passenger seat once, and then I'll kick you out on the side of the highway. Don't show this woman to destiny, dude. True.
So then, along the lines of controlled opposition, along the lines of very, very wealthy, well-resourced companies trying to control narratives and trying to berate and defame and harass and harm whistleblowers, let me pull this screenshot up for y'all. So Cam Nuggets reached out to me. Shout out Cam Nuggets, friend of the channel. Y'all need to go and subscribe over there because he stays on the MrBeast beat. He sent me this.
Cam Nuggets, like I don't hate Cam Nuggets. I think he's been in my chat. I've been in his chat before. But he is the guy who said definitively he basically slandered Logan Paul and said that Logan Paul like abused his dog by shoving off the front of a boat, which is not the case at all. So I think Cam Nuggets may be someone to jump to conclusions sometimes when the drama's hot, when the heat's on. So I don't know. I don't necessarily I don't think everything Cam Nuggets says is wrong, but after seeing that, I'm somewhat skeptical about some of his coverage. From the young spry homie Kyle, free the young spry homie Kyle. Thanks for the 10. The thing is, when Kyle makes those kind of comments in chat, eventually enough of those could be punishable by YouTube. You're not allowed to have that kind of comment about another public figure, so can't say that kind of thing, bro.
Picture. He sent me this picture right here on Twitter DMs, and he's like, "Yo, the YouTube drama Reddit is crazy. It's their mean over there, whatever. What's up with this?" Well, I mean, first of all, I don't owe a single one of y'all an explanation for what I'm doing over here. And if you heard it on the streets and you want to believe it, you can unsubscribe and don't come back to this channel again because
Why is she so mad? What the? Okay, this post says that surprise witness. She doxed the sister of a woman she was making videos about. One of her fans went to the woman's home and raped her? What the? I highly doubt that. Shit in his nose, but hasn't said anything. I stopped following after her and her husband were bragging about not being woke in regard to Andrew Tate's arrest for human trafficking, like stay in your lane or shut up. Force love, my bad. Force love. He force loved her, allegedly. She's so mean and vindictive, all under the guise of I'm a lawyer, I know the law. But lady got her ass sued by defaming the person whose sister she doxed. Whatever bar association allowed her to pass needs to be called into serious question, in my opinion. All stemming from the Amanda Rabb drama with Lima, can't spell her last name, won't try, and then Bam Margera. She harassed Bam's family and really fucked up a lot of their life for a while. I don't know anything about those claims, but her indignance and defensiveness is not in fact, she's like, I don't owe you shit. It's like, I don't know, that's kind of a weird response. Just like give the evidence.
I was doing just fine before you ever got here, and I'm God's favorite, so I'm gonna keep doing fine after you leave. But I do have a great
God's
announcement
favorite
to make, and it's another court victory. So I thought, why not I just talk about it here today? So here is the y'all didn't know this Reddit existed. That's how much I care about y'all's crusty opinions. I didn't even know this Reddit existed.
All right, are we going to talk about MrBeast here? Are we done talking about MrBeast? Seems like there's no more MrBeast talk in this video. Investigating MrBeast 2018 arrest, public arrest reports. That sounds interesting. Well, maybe we should have some good info there.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this Wednesday?
Doing great.
I'm doing quite well. Happy birthday to me. I was thinking about having a little birthday
Happy
party
birthday.
live stream later with some of my friends. Just have a little tea party and all that. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Every time I try to have a party for myself, I don't really feel like it. But this morning, I was checking my email, and the weirdest thing, like, I really don't go on Reddit. Sometimes I do. Like, the most I ever went on Reddit was when I was trying to get a PlayStation 5 for my little cousin. But for some reason, it's probably the algorithm or something. I will get Reddit emails into my email box for stuff that I did not sign up for. And sometimes I'll even unsubscribe to a certain Reddit forum or whatever, and it'll still keep sending me, it'll still find me somehow in my email and send it to me. I don't know why it does that. It's very weird. But that did happen yesterday. And look what it has to do with MrBeast getting arrested. And y'all, I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake. Let me show you. Okay, so this is on our YouTube Reddit. As you can see, it's from a day ago.
Oh, he got arrested for drag racing? Damn, buddy's cool.
And it says MrBeast mugshot from when he got arrested drag racing in a sports car. But then it has this, like, what appears to be a Facebook post, and then they don't link anything there, right? You look at the comments.
We slide in for Kyle hate on phone the pack for Kyle.
I mean, I'm not looking too far. YouTube drama channels are going to be even more insufferable now. MrBeast, the end. This is funny. This is making fun of, I guess, like, I don't know, Oompa or somebody.
You.
MrBeast, the end, caught by police. But anyway, I saw this and I was like, okay, I don't know. This feels like a little bit setting me up for the okie doke. This feels fake. You know.
Okie doke? Dude, the terminology is so crazy. I've met people from the South. I've never met someone who talks like this. Maybe it's because I've met YouTubers from the South that are still like California dialect pilled because they consume so many movies and media and shit, but setting me up for the okie doke. That's awesome.
So we'll read it, but it's not fake. Let me show you what I found. Here's the Facebook page. I'm not signed into my thing here. I just clicked on the link, but it's on the Tar River Times, January 26th, at 12:15 p.m. And this is what it says. 2 suspects charged with speed competition. 2 drivers were arrested simultaneously early Sunday morning and charged with several traffic offenses related to speed competition after a Tarboro police officer clocked the duo traveling 122 per hour on US
122. But he was flying. He was flying 122. Is there any speed limit in the United States that goes above like 70? 122. That's crazy. MrBeast was flying. God damn. I mean, what else are you gonna do when you get, when you get a fast car? You gotta go crazy sometimes. 122 is, it's pretty fast. 85 is most Texas highways. Gotcha.
64 bypass. It says
shout out to all the speedsters in chat. That's nothing. I want 130. I want 135. Oh, actually, I went this fast. Oh, I've gone way faster than that. Thank you all for your input. I appreciate you noting in my YouTube chat that you've gone fast in a car. Okay. He's MrBeast.
According to Tarboro Police Chief Jesse Webb, around 2:30 in the morning, patrolman Matt Boyette was on patrol near the intersection of US 64 bypass and Highway 258 South when he observed 2 vehicles traveling eastbound on US 64 at a very high rate of speed. Look, that's me right there. Webb said,
I like the mugshot. He looks derpy.
That's the police chief. He said the vehicles appeared to be racing each other based on what this cop, Matt Boyette, observed. He was able to obtain a radar reading on the vehicles, which indicated that both vehicles were traveling 122 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone. Boyette initiated traffic stops simultaneously and detained both drivers. The first driver was identified as Luis Sebastian Guerrero Rijo, 22 of Tarboro, and the other was identified as, oh my God, James Stephen Donaldson.
Why the sad sound effect? I feel like this should be in like a Sigma edit about how cool speeding is. Listen, speeding's not good. Okay, I acknowledge speeding is not good. Especially because it can cause serious death or injury for those around you. And drag racing on a highway is especially dangerous, okay? You're taking up 2 lanes. It can cause serious death or injury. But if you get away with it and no one gets hurt, it's a little funny, okay? I don't know. I'm giving MrBeast a point, a W here even, okay?
Of Winterville, and they cited him as being 19 years old at the time. After the cops spoke with the suspects about what he had observed, he arrested them for spontaneous speed competition. So basically racing, you're not allowed to race. You can't speed like that because it puts people in danger. It puts other people at risk, stuff like that. While continuing to process the traffic stop, several officers arrived to assist the cop. One of the officers
He was the driver? Yeah, it looks like he was racing another dude. It looks like they were both racing.
It says contract. I think they meant to say contact with a passenger in, I guess, one of these guys. One of these guys is the driver. One of these guys is the passenger. I don't know which one's which.
I wonder if it was one of the situations where, Even I get this sometimes, and I don't really drive a fast car. When you're driving and some like dickhead pulls up next to you and like revs his engine and looks at you like, buddy, want to race? This has happened to me like 7 times. It's like, bro, there's a school back there. I can't do that. I can't do that right now. No.
But the passenger of the car, I think it must be this one, because he looks more like 22 and he looks more like 29. But it does say the passenger in the other guy's car had an open container of alcohol. Webb said initial efforts to identify the passenger were met with resistance, and the passenger was arrested for providing fake information and refusing to provide identification. After detaining the passenger, who was later identified as Victor Uriel Lopez of Tarboro, 29 years old. Well, girl, I didn't get that week's edition of the Tar River Times. I didn't have occasion to check it out, but I have requested some FOIA documents from this arrest record. And if I find anything, if I get anything, I will let y'all know. I did want to come through though and tell y'all I saw that on the Reddit through no action of my own. And then I was able to go and find the
Damn. Well, shout out to the YouTube drama subreddit, I guess. Buddy was flying. Buddy was freaking flying. What is this?
If you haven't heard, I know Kyle Nicolay bounce. Shots been fired. Wanna tell that? Say it to my face though. Now behind my back. Be long till you share it in a group chat. And when I call you up, you're gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. Fast ego, how it all turned out.
Dude, finally some real content. Jeez, she's an artist. She's a talented original artist. That's all I can really say about that. I mean, I don't know why the squirrels are here. I don't know what this is about. I do like it. I think it should have been Squirrel Jack instead, but I don't know why the squirrels are here. I don't know what they mean, but I do like it. Sounds AI generated. I mean, it sounds good is what you mean by that, right? It sounds so visionary that only an AI could have made it. Wow. Well, that was pretty good. I like that. I thought that was funny. I thought that was fire and awesome. Millennial moment. I don't know how old she is. Maybe she's Gen X, but you know, that was some fire content. What else can I say? That's about going to wrap up the MrBeast stuff for now, but I will say the response is coming. So we are currently in the calm before the storm, boys and girls. Apparently within the next week. So I'll be streaming probably when it comes out. If not, I'll be making a video about it pretty soon after it comes out. But I'm really excited to see when it comes. I'm really excited. Could make for some epic content. I think it has to, if anything. I'm really curious about what it's going to be. You know, I've already given a lot of predictions about what's going to go on with it. I talked to Nick DiOrio the other day in his chat, on his stream rather, about it. So, yeah, I'm excited, but apparently it's going to be within the next week.